The visual I have in my mind right now is of a lighthouse, imagining everything dark, and then Atithi is that this one yellow place of
Yeah.
warmth and joy. Wow. Hi, guys. We're back once again with the third episode of the TRD podcast. I'm your host, Rituparna. Aap chinta na karna. Today, joining us is Bhavish Shah, a brand designer, storyteller, and strategist. He has an extremely sharp eye and a lot of interesting insights that he's ever ready to give away. After all, in his circles, he is known as the good one. Off to a great start. That's welcome.
Yeah.
Hi, Bhavish.
Hello.
Welcome. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas to
thank you.
you. When this
Merry
episode
Christmas to
airs,
you too.
it'll be Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate?
No, not much.
No,
It's
not much.
like just a holiday.
Yeah. But your company makes toys, doesn't it? That makes you Santa.
Yeah, kind of. And we've had the most sales during this time. It's
Really?
like the most hectic period of our jobs.
Hey, then that makes you an elf, not Santa. Santa enjoys. My address is with the HR. You can take it whenever you want and send me whatever you want to send.
Oh, okay.
Sure?
Sure. I'll grab it from the HR.
Yes.
I haven't met.
Oh, you haven't met Shravani, madam? She's the only one whom everyone calls madam. And she's also the one who you hear in the jingle saying, "Don't call me madam." So I remember when my first week here, everyone's present for the team calls, right? So there was so much that came under human resources. She's always busy. So Shravani madam, lots of respect for what you do. And I'm going to thank you in advance for giving Bhavish my address. So Bhavish, take it from her. वहाँ से send me whatever. Tell us a bit about your current work.
So currently I work as a visual designer for Play Shifu. It's a AR tech startup which makes toys for STEM and STEAM learning. Uh,
Interesting. What is that?
so basically, these are we call it phygital toys, a mixture of physical as well as digital,
Ooh,
where we
okay.
have like your iPad or a tablet is like the digital part of your toy, and we have games that are catered to that, and we have physical figurines or physical objects that help you interact with the games that we make.
Oh,
So this
interesting.
way, so for like the motto of our company is basically how to make screen time more productive, because considering the future and even the lockdown that we've been in, most of the students and children have been on the screen for
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
the most amount of time.
Right. So it's a more mindful use of the same screen time.
Yeah, true.
Oh, interesting. Could you give me an example of a toy if I were a kid, say?
One is called Orbit, which is like a globe. So we have three different types of orbits. One is called Orbit Earth, which is like the traditional globe that we have, but we have specific markers on the globes which you can use to like scan it through your tablet. And if you click on that specific marker, so for example, if you click on Taj Mahal in India, you'll receive information about Taj Mahal. And
Wow.
if there are some small games that are involved when you click on specific markers as well.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean when it's more productive use of screen time.
Yeah.
Um, that's so cool. Like right now, technology has become so advanced that we can do stuff like this for barely any cost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
हमारे वक्त कैसा था? In fact, my sister herself, right now she's studying mass communication, and the textbook is really outdated. So she read out a paragraph to me, and it said, "Do you know what a cyber cafe is?" And in 2020, a cyber
Wow.
cafe is blah 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 blah, and both of us were like, "अरे किस ज़माने का है ये क्या है?" And here you're talking about stuff which is online and can be updated as soon as it's out. Super cool, super cool.
Yeah.
So is this does everyone get this gift or is it just the good ones?
Let's see when that comes into being.
Did you see what I did there? Guys,
Yeah.
Bhavish is known as the good one, like I said, as also on Instagram. So if you want any of these toys, hit him up over there.
Yeah. Always be plugging.
So I was on your LinkedIn page and I saw the Let's Grab a Coffee link where people could schedule one-on-one discussions. What's that all about?
So for me, it's these conversations that we usually have is like a very major part of learning and growing as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kept like this link if anyone wants to just grab a coffee or have a chat, you could just schedule a meet online and we could have a talk about anything. It could be design, it could be any specific topic that you'd want to discuss about.
Wow.
Because for me, it's these human connections that you have, like that matters for a very long time.
Cool. I'm next in line. Let's grab a coffee sometime.
Yeah, of course.
Coffee to piyenge hi, but I heard your work at the Reform Design was for something a little more filling. Tell us a little
Yeah.
about that.
So I worked with TRD as while they were designing brand experiences for a couple of restaurants.
Restaurants,
So,
okay.
so I started off last December. It's about to be a year since I've been connected to TRD
Arey wah.
and RAM specifically. So for like we started off by discussing about the whole concept of food experience design, and it was something that I got pretty interested in and caught my eye. Like if you use that term, it caught my eye, the overall concept of a food experience designer. So there it's like an actual job profile that people have. That was what interested me, and I was anyways looking for like a thesis project that I had to get done for my graduation. So I was like, "Okay, इस पे ही कर लेते हैं, मजा आएगा करने में."
Of course,
So I
maza aega. Your job needs you to eat. Is that how you did all your research? Do you have any food recommendations for us?
you should try out. Of course, I'll be plugging the job that I've done. So you should try out Indranir's puffs.
Puffs.
He serves them at Just Bake. Those are like pretty good. You should have them if you visit Guntur.
Awesome. Okay, Guntur, puffs at Just Bake. How is food different? What are some of the things that you've implemented that is different from any other brands that you've designed for?
So designing for food or designing for restaurants is a much bigger concept than just creating a logo for the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first look that you have of a restaurant would traditionally not be the logo. Like you wouldn't go into a restaurant by seeing just their logo. You'd go into a restaurant based on recommendations. You would go into restaurants based on the type of food they are serving, the way they've set themselves up. So for example, the thelawalas that we have food from, they have like an open kitchen. If you see that concept of open kitchen, that's been a very trendy thing in the recent times.
Okay.
But the street vendors have been having an open kitchen. You will go to that vada pav wala for having the vada pav based on the smell that you have of his vada pav.
Yes. Wow, I'm hungry now.
So we had this concept of sensory marketing that we were considering when we were designing for these restaurants, where you make the person interact with the brand through all of his senses. For example, the smell of the food. So based on the locality, what would the type of food be? And will that be something that could draw people in? Based on the locality, what would be the type of interiors we would be having? So that becomes the use of the site. Once the person is entering the restaurant, the type of the furniture that we are using, the type of papers that we'll be using for our menu cards, the type of so those come into the whole sense of touch. Then the experience of listening, like the experience of hearing, it's the type of songs that would be playing in the restaurant or the type of communications we'll be having if we were to put out a advertisement on TV or a radio. For and these are the senses that we usually have to consider when we are designing for any brand in general. That kind of brings that whole concept of brand loyalty into being.
Because people form associations, is it, with the brand in relation to those
Yeah,
senses? Wow, that's
yeah,
very
true.
interesting. So much thought has to be put into it. It's not just the visual. So, do you have examples of putting this to use with perhaps either a brand that you worked on or anything that's already out there?
So for example, if you've been to Starbucks,
Hmm.
uh, the whole concept of the sensory market comes into being there as well. If you once you'll enter a Starbucks joint, you will smell
Hmm.
the coffee beans. That adds to the sense of smell.
Ah,
Then there
yes,
is
yes. Ah, if only technology was advanced enough, I would have edited in the fragrance of coffee beans at this point.
there is a specific kind of slow music playing in the background, which is not something that you'll be hearing that often, but it's always playing there. Considering Starbucks is like a go-to place for these young startup entrepreneurs or the young crowd,
Mm-hmm.
where the people will be going to work as well. Like it's an open to work space. So the slow music helps them stay motivated to keep their work going, and it doesn't disturb them, but it keeps them going.
I had read somewhere that the slower the music, you're more likely to spend more time at that table. So they had this experiment
Yeah,
where they
true.
played slow music versus fast music, and the average time that people stayed longer was a good 10-15 minutes, and that's actually quite a long time,
Yeah,
just
that's a
because of the
very
music.
long time.
Oh, that's very smart to get people to stay, because the more people stay, and especially when it's something like coffee or these small snacks, you tend to order more.
Yeah,
So
true.
sales भी बढ़ जाएंगे. Wow, so smart. But does it count as sensory marketing if it's not human senses? So, I'll tell you what I'm talking.
Senses,
Hmm.
say, yeah, yeah.
Uh, there's this dog company called First Vet, and what they
Okay.
did is they put up posters, and there was a visual of a dog bone, and on that bone they put in a scent which attracted these dogs, so that the humans would go and look at the poster, which I
Yeah, of
thought
course,
was
it's
so
sensory
smart.
marketing. It's a very smart way of drawing in customers. The same
Wow.
thing applies to these. So, if you're talking in terms of restaurants, these things also apply to, say, McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
They have the whole concept of a happy meal,
Hmm.
where you're not drawing in the adults to be your customer, but you're drawing in the kids, and these kids are bringing in the adults as well. So
Ah.
once you're getting the happy meal, you'll get a burger or something for yourself as well. So it's like an added thing that you'll buy. So Atithi is a Indian restaurant based out of Germany. This specific restaurant is based out of Wislok, and it's like considered to be like the headquarters of SAP, and SAP hires a lot of Indians over there. So
Ah.
most of the city of Wislok is Indians staying there for
Indians
work.
are taking over the world.
Yeah, yeah. Every nook and corner of the world.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just about to ask that. Okay, how did you brand an Indian thing in a foreign base? So most of the customer base over there was Indian, is it?
yeah, so that was the thing, because our majority of our customers were going to be Indians.
Mm-hmm.
We could provide that Indian experience and that Indianness to the brand. And of course, for the people who live in Germany, having Indian food would be like a one time thing, or it's for a special occasion. But
Yeah.
for Indians living over there, it could be like a common thing that they'd want to visit the restaurant, say every weekend or uh, every other day.
It's funny when you're living in India, most of the time you want new things, you want global things, not only related to food, but even our design
Yeah,
sense, I think a lot of it is uh, we want minimalistic, we want modern, but all the people abroad like these intricate Indian things.
yeah.
But yeah, even in terms of food, I'm sure when you're not in India, you want Indian things. So how did you create this homely feel? for these Indians in Germany?
So when we created like a mood board for the client to look at,
Hmm.
we made sure that we had the keywords of hospitality, Indian culture, Indian festivals, Indian spices, and these were things that we wanted to bring in through the space as well as through the way we connect with our audience. So considering Germany is like a very cold city or a country, sorry. Germany is a very cold country. So uh, they always crave for that warmth. So the one major thing that we like I wanted in the whole marketing that we put forward was the hand.
The
When I
hand.
was Yeah, so when I was designing the social media content for Atidi,
Hmm.
I had put in a guideline where I may like mentioned like every picture that you put on a social media should have an human involved. So
Okay.
so that way you are not just selling the food, you are selling the culture.
Hmm.
So the overall brand identity of the space is based on the whole concept of Indian hospitality and Indian culture.
Interesting. Yeah, I can imagine walking on a cold road and then suddenly smelling Indian food.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is stuff. This is the warmth that you get when you're already in, or you have to know about it. What was something that you did so that people from a distance could say, okay, this is a warm place?
So while designing the interiors of the space,
Hmm.
we made sure that yellow was like a prominent color in the interiors, and it had to be the first color that the person sees when he sees the restaurant.
Ah, okay.
So we had like a glass sliding door at the entrance, which you can see through. So the very first wall that you see while walking through the road was like the yellow wall. And considering all the stores that we had in that lane, it's like a very small lane that this restaurant was based in, which were very monochromatic in colors and very modern and
Oh
say
wow.
minimal in the way they were branded.
I can, the visual I have in my mind right now is of a lighthouse, imagining everything dark, and then Atithi is that this one yellow place of
Yeah.
warmth and joy. Wow. Yeah, definitely. Colors are quite important. In fact, we had a conversation with Shushti in the previous episode about the impact of colors on anxious patients in hospitals or while interacting with healthcare interfaces.
Mm.
So if you haven't checked that out, guys, everyone else as well, please do. Um, coming back to color in food, I have heard quite a few things about how the the associations that people have are so strong, and color is one very important feature that comes into play while acquiring a taste. So there's this substitute to butter called margarine, and it's made from vegetable oils. So in the US, the sales of margarine were extremely low, and but no one knew why, because during blind taste tests everyone loved it, everyone loved margarine. They preferred that margarine outperformed butter by a huge margin, by a huge margarine. Blind taste tests, margarine was number one, but in the sales, when people knew that okay, margarine versus butter, uh, butter outperformed. Researchers set out to do an experiment. They had two focus groups. Both groups were given margarine and butter as options with their bread. Okay, one thing to note is that margarine is white, while butter is
Mm.
yellow. So, in the end, both the groups, when asked about the white option, responded by saying that it was oily, it was greasy, it was overly processed. Whereas for the yellow alternative, they used adjectives such as creamy, soft, it melts in my mouth, even though it wasn't actually the taste that was governing their opinions, it was the color of it. So they had made this association कि नहीं यार जो white होता है वो ज़्यादा processed होता है तो मुझे नहीं पसंद. Which I found
Yeah.
very very interesting that color plays a role.
Like the red dot that you see on the Atidi visual identity is like the tika that you put on the guest's head when you welcome them into your house or during a special function.
Hmm.
And it also and we wanted to make sure it links to the German crowd at some point as well. Like we didn't want it to be just for the Indian audience. So the overall way the script is written of Atithi is based on an old German script called Shamsfurt. I'm sorry if I'm like pronouncing it wrong. Shamfer script.
Okay.
So it's like a old German script people used to use before we started using Latin as the way we write German as well.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
so the way that it is written is in that script. That way it also connects to Germans at some point, as well as we have two dots on the top of our identity. These are the in German language we use two dots on top of a letter to give emphasis on that specific word.
It's called the German umlaut, right?
Yeah, it's called the German umlaut. So it's basically like that matra that we used in our Indian script as well.
Mm-hmm.
So these were the small elements we had in the visual identity of our of Atithi. Then when designing menus, when designing the social media, when designing the marketing materials, we made sure most of them were in German.
Mm.
So the people there can understand it and have that feeling of standing there and reading it. And if they like it, of course they can come in and experience the hospitable nature of the restaurant.
And I think it also might have created this sense of curiosity because they're used to seeing their alphabet, but suddenly when it's linked with something that's unfamiliar, like I'm sure the whole Ganpati part of it or the Indianness was not something they usually associate with that German script. So then it's
Yeah.
even more intriguing. Ki, Arey, ye kya hai? What is this new thing that I don't know? So it probably intrigues them, which is pretty interesting. I'm also very curious to know how the team was at TRD because every time the conversation of Atithi comes up, Ram sir or anyone else is always saying Bhavish this, Bhavish that. So it seems like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was like quite a fun process when we worked on Atithi. So considering the client was based out of Germany, but he had his roots in, say, the south of India. And considering where TRD is based, it's also in the south of India. So it was closer to home for the whole TRD team. Most of us have these Murti of Ganpati at the entrance of our house.
Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to make Ganpati like a icon of our visual identity, because it's like going to be at the entry of our restaurant, and it welcomes the customer to have like that very happy time with us.
How long has Atithi been in market right now?
I guess around 6 months.
Oh, and the
6
other
to 7.
day, the figures that Ram was telling us about, it's quite good, right, for 6 months?
Yeah. The like the very first day that we launched, it was like a very grand thing. We were featured on their local like newspapers and stuff.
Wow, proof. This is proof. Guys, please hire Bhavishya. He will improve your Bhavishya. I'm sure you're bored of that joke by now.